What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, and thank you for tuning in to the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our obvious differences, because I think that's what the world needs to do. And if every single soul on this freaking planet adopted that quote into their soul, into their lives, then the world will be a better place. But until such time, I am here to lead us and guide us in that direction through my reviews and my comedic reactions to just shit. We decide to pick 8 strangers to live in a house in San Francisco and coexist. We have the new lab rats of season 45 of Real World. I don't know what number season this is, but Real World Explosion offers something very, very different than the norm, mundane, banal type of season that, you know, Real World has been in the last 15. I'm just saying, it's hard to keep track of every freaking season of Real World, and I stopped caring pretty much ever since Leroy's season. I think Leroy is like the last really guy that I remember. I remember watching vaguely the Las Vegas season, and then I don't know, but that one moment where Leroy's ass would, anyway, we are joined by Thomas, Jamie, Jenny, Ashley, Ariel, Jay, and Corey. Right. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to these new names. It's like I'm watching every freaking show that's on television right now, and I'm reviewing every freaking show on television. And now you guys want me to review American Horror Story. And you know what? I think I'm going to watch that from season 1 right after this particular review. But I have to say that right out the gate, when all the girls meet each other, you have Jamie, Ariel, Jenny, and Ashley meeting each other for the first time. I'm thinking, okay, very diverse crew of girls. You don't really have the bombshell of the group except for Ariel. And Ariel, I mean, she's not the typical bombshell. She's the foreign, exotic looking kind of bombshell, because she doesn't have the big old boobies. She doesn't have the ass and all the curves and all that. She's very tall, slender build with natural hair, no weave or nothing. And I think that's just, for me, why she's exotic and beautiful in her own right, you know, because of the just pureness of it all. Jenny looks like the typical Jersey Shore kind of thick girl. I don't know why everybody's saying that she's gorgeous and all that, because she doesn't give bombshells. She just gives a round-the-way chick with big tits. Ashley looks like the typical girl that thinks she can get anything that she wants because she has the somewhat of a, you know, slick kind of body or whatever, but wearing tight skirts is not really going to make you famous, you know what I'm saying? And just because your family has money doesn't necessarily mean you're contributing to the funds. You're just leeching off of the funds. And then we get to Jamie. Jamie is the self-righteous, tattoo-bearing girl that knows it all, and she's not going to take any shit from anybody, whether male or female. I would expect Jamie to be the lesbian before Ariel is the lesbian, but, you know, if I had to prejudge these people, these would be my thoughts as I'm watching it. And I'm sure some of you are watching it and probably thinking the same thing. Maybe we could adopt this similar connection despite our differences. Whatever. But I'm not going to judge them. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I did. I watched the whole freaking episode, and my prejudgment was kind of like right. I'm gonna tell you how my prejudgment was kind of right. But let's get introduced to the guys. Thomas, Jay, and Corey. Okay, I think I slipped up. It's 7 people, not 8, right? 4 girls and 3 guys, right? Yeah, and it's Jay or Ray. I don't know, the guy from the Bronx. Then you have Corey, and then you have freaking Thomas. Now Thomas is some another wealthy leech that's been privileged all his life, and he does something with tennis. I lost it when he said that I'm a rich white boy. I just lost it, like whatever. Then you have Corey, the one that I can relate to, that has to live from well, I don't really live shit, but you know, I can relate to, because we're more on that kind of level financially. I don't know what he is, but he is freaking gorgeous. 22, I don't know. And then you have Ray or Jay. I want to say Bronx Boy. I'm going to say Bronx Boy. He gives me everything that I need too. But he's from a little town in Bronx. And I'm like, how are you from a little town in Bronx? Like, I don't know. I really wasn't getting that. But everybody is acquainted. Everybody meets up. Everybody's having a good time. You know, Bronx can't realize why, like, he's looking at Ariel like she's some, like, goddess African beauty. And he's like, oh my God, I just want to touch your hair. And I'm like, what? Like, why do you just want to touch my hair? Do you think it's fake? I'll pull on it for you. You know, but it's like, okay, he's sheltered. He's never seen a black girl up close. Like, what? I wasn't really understanding that whole thought process. Like, how are you an MC at a club in the Bronx? And you, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know what year or era from the Bronx he's in. Like, era when I mean decade. Like, what? The Bronx? Okay, yeah, the Bronx has a huge Italian, you know, population. Great, but I was still confused. Whatever, move past that. Everybody gets acquainted. Everybody's attracted to Corey as soon as he walks in the fucking room. And I'm just like, you and me both. You and me both. All of you and me both. We're both. Like, yeah. Jenny. Yeah. Ariel. But Ariel's lesbian. Which was hot for some particular reason. She said she's not going to get over liking pussy. She likes pussy. She doesn't like dick. I thought that whole concept was cool. You know, Jamie, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the earrings. I don't know. The guys separate. They're excited because it's 3 guys and 4 chicks, which means more pussy to go around. They go into the confessional. They talk about which chick do they like and which chick do they think they're going to bang. But then, unbeknownst to them, the girls are sitting out on the side saying, we're not going to tell them that you're gay. Let's hold off. Let's hold off. Let's hold off. They go to the club. They have a great time. And then when they get back home, Miss Ashley, the token wealthy leech of her family, I mean, she kind of proves that that's her mindset when she gets drunk. She gets drunk, and you know, the girls and the guys are having a good time. I'm like, I love when we have these housemates and they have a phenomenal time with no drama, right? I thought it was kind of weird, though, how Ashley had to call a producer to ask them if they could leave the house. I thought that was weird. I don't know if I could live in a situation like that, but I don't know. And then the cameras were just all over the place. I'm like, is this the way that Real World has been in the last 15 seasons? I just don't, you hardly see cameras on the Bad Girls Club. So I was kind of like, I don't know. It made me feel like I was watching Big Brother, and I hate that show. Anyways, well, I don't really hate it. I just don't watch. It's just, I don't know. But she comes back drunk. When she comes back drunk, she brings home Francis. Now, earlier in the episode, she said she had a boyfriend that was a personal trainer. At night in the club, she has a boyfriend that's from Paris. So she brings Francis home. And Jamie, who is the tough girl, tattoo girl that has a lot to prove in a mouth. You know, she fits that stereotype quite well. She's like getting all up into Ashley's business. Now, I tweeted that, you know, Jamie is a G. And what I meant by that is that Jamie has the ability to speak her mind no matter what. I respect that for anyone. However you're feeling, if you're going to divulge that to me, okay, you have the right to do that. Freedom of speech. That's what I meant by she is a G. Is it any of her fucking business what Ashley does? No. But what is it doing for you, Jamie? It is allowing you to know that Ashley is a liar. Ashley is a drunk. Ashley does not know how to control herself. That's it. You're just meeting her for the first time. So, I mean, you already know what the real world is supposed to be like, so get a clue. Like, that's what I'm thinking about, right? And at the same time, I'm really like, Ashley, she is the token one. She is that token white girl drunk. I don't get it. Anyways, when Jamie calls her out in front of Francis, Ashley's like, well, no, this is my boyfriend's best friend. So I'm thinking to myself, well, why are you kissing your boyfriend's best friend, Ashley? I could not understand that. It was not making sense. So Jamie's like, no, you're this and you're that. And no, I really wanted to, you know, get some personal training from your boyfriend. What is he going to think about this? Ashley gets upset. She's drunk. Jamie acts like she gives a fuck. She's mute. Corey butts in. He's fine. But let's rewind tape and go back to when Corey walked in the house, got butt naked to jump in the jacuzzi. What? I wish I could get the unedited version of the tapes. Okay, move past that. Ashley is sitting here up against the wall. I feel like I'm in high school. This is reminding me back when I was in high school. I can't take this anymore. I can't be here. They're treating me like I was in high school. I'm like, what the fuck? Ashley is really annoying me because at this point I'm like, what? Okay, I know why the producers picked you. I know why they picked you. This is retarded. This is sad. Girl, get some life. Corey tries to butt in. The fine motherfucker Corey tries to butt in. And he's like, hey, you know, just calm down, relax. This is our first night. I don't want any drama. Let's be chill. Let's be cool. You know, relax. Da da da. And she's like, you know what? Fuck her. She don't know who I'm talking. She don't know who I am. She don't know me. She don't know me. Then Ashley digs deep. I think Ashley hit a nerve. I don't know if I saw Jamie twitch or something when Ashley said that because Ashley called her out. Oh, she's just mad because she is never going to get a man. And she's just mad. That's why she covered her whole body up in tattoos. Typically, I know people love art. And they have a, obsession with tattoos, but typically the pain is masking away some depression or some stress. The art does that. It covers a lot of things up for people mentally. Not saying that that's the case for Jamie, but I'm just saying, token white girl drunk called Jamie out on it. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn. When you saw Jamie's face, she's like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Then Corey's like, oh, that's terrible, don't do that, don't do that. Then Ashley's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? My family will buy your whole family. My family will buy your whole family. That strikes a chord for the check to check Mr. Corey guy. And he's like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Just because you have money doesn't make you better than her? Yes, it does. And then Corey's like, oh, okay, well, I guess. Well, I don't really have money either, so what are you saying to me? So you're saying you could buy my family or some shit he's like saying or whatever. And then Ashley's like, yeah, that means you too. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. Corey gets upset. Then he goes to her and she's like, you know what? You don't fucking know my family and I'm not gonna take this disrespect from you. This is some bullshit. I'm like, oh God, really? Are we really fucking like, really? And then it reminds me, like, I figure it out why they cast adults, like older adults, to be mixed in with these youngins, because they're like, these youngins need some kind of guidance. But for the real world, they don't really do, well, I don't know. It's always someone under 25. I don't even know if that's the rules anymore. I don't know, because some of these vets are like 48 and they're still doing challenges. It's hard to keep up. But Corey feels some sort of way and he's pissed. We move to the second night, right? Because Ashley gets all crazy. She leaves the house in her panties and bra, whatever. Next day, 27 days until the exes arrive, Thomas wakes up from the situation because he was completely just dead hammered. So he went right to sleep. Jamie wakes him up like, you should have been here last night and seen what was going on because we already had a fight, blah, 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 and Ashley this and Ashley that. Ashley wakes up from the whole situation. She's completely embarrassed. But the way that she fights, or the way that she attacks the situation that she really fucked up in, she just ignores it. She doesn't want to talk about the situation. So what does? She kills people with kindness and just act like nothing ever happened. And, Corey is sitting there working out or whatever with Jenny, whatever. And then, Ashley comes out of nowhere and just planks on top of Corey. I'm thinking to myself, that needs to be me, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know Corey's not. I know he's not, but I can dream. Whatever. I'm thinking to myself, Corey's like, I hate when people do that. But then Corey doesn't say anything to her. And I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't want drama. But at the end of the day, no. We're not cool. We're not cool. I'm just not going to sweep this under the rug and act like I'm just going to step on trash. No, the trash is still there. We need to clean it up and throw it in the garbage. And then throw the garbage outside. Like, we need to take care of the situation. I'm not just going to, no, I'm not going to do that. Whatever. move past that. We find out tidbit information about all of these people. And I really couldn't understand why everyone in the house couldn't grasp the concept of why they felt obligated to talk about their ex every freaking wicked moment. Like, every moment they were talking about their ex, this ex and that ex, and I broke up, and I broke up, and I broke up. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not a coincidence. You had to have known that in all of your interviews, there was a reason why they wanted to find out so much information about your ex. Don't you think that's weird? Everybody had a story about their ex. Everybody had a story about their ex. And that just did not make any sense to me. You know, we find out that Jamie's ex, Cameron, cheated on her for years before she found out. And she didn't even find out until they were broken up. We find out that Jenny has an ex, Brian, who really favors Corey. And, you know, she really liked him. But when they broke up, he found another girl, and now he claims to like the other girl. We find out that, well, we don't really find out too much about the Bronx's ex. We just know that the Bronx has a sickly mother, and he's worried about leaving her mother, his mother. And so I'm just like, all right, we find out all about these exes. Great. Jamie, she needs to mind her business. I'm not understanding what it is about her placing herself in people's lives and situations that has absolutely nothing to do with her. She did it with Ashley, with the whole Francis, the dude from Paris. Now she's trying to make matchmaker to Corey and freaking Jenny. So far to the point that when they go out to the club that second night, of course, Ashley's drinking before they even get to the club. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this chick. Whatever. Corey and Ashley starts to flirt and kiss, give a little peck on the cheek. I'm like, what? Jenny comes out in the club. Stop right there, that's not gonna work. You're supposed to be going with Jenny. I mean, Jamie says you're supposed to be going with Jenny. These fucking names. I'm like, Jamie, mind your goddamn business. Long story short, Bronx, Corey, and Ashley leave the club. They go home. Ashley's pissy drunk. She has no panties on. She's dry humping Corey. Corey's like, all right, I got a freak. They all go to the house. Corey and Ashley make out. Jenny brings home this ridiculous looking live figure of Doug the cartoon. And I'm just like, his real name was Doug. He looked horrid compared to Jenny. Like, really, like, Jenny, you're the proclaimed pretty girl of the real world. Not saying that she's not attractive or whatever, but people are giving you that title. You have an extreme amount of, like, weight to your breast. And you bring home Doug, the live version. I couldn't understand that. But when they're walking past freaking Corey, it's fine. And then Ashley making out, Jenny's feeling some sort of way. And she does some weird shit with her foot, and she like points it. I don't know how the fuck she did that, but she's pointing it. She's like, I see you, bitch. I see you messing with my man Corey. As she's in the tub with this dude, Doug, who just can't seem to get the hint that Jenny does not want you and you need to leave. And all the cameras are like pointed on them, and Doug is like, you're just hot, and tries to kiss her. Jenny like moves away. Jenny tries to tell Doug, you need to leave, it doesn't work. Jenny somehow allows Doug to go into their room. I'm like, bitch, girl, if you want the dude to leave, tell him to fucking leave. She doesn't get it. Anyways, long story short, Ashley throws grease on Ariel's face, and I'm like, bitch would've got caught. Ariel is sweet as shit. Ariel is the best castmate in this house. I love Ariel and I love Thomas for some particular reason. Corey doesn't know what he wants. He's 22, he's young, dumb, and full of calm. And he's just going from Jenny, then going to Ashley, then going to, like, who has time for that? They end up having sex in the freaking confessional. And I'm like, weren't you just trying to hug up on Ashley? Now you're hugging up on freaking Jenny and now Bone? Was there a condom bowl in the confessional? I don't know. There was a lot that happened in this first particular season, but I don't really want this to be like a 45-minute review, so this is what we're gonna do. I can't wait till the exes freaking get to this house because it's going to be live. This is new. This is insane. And what I think MTV is doing is they're allowing these people to fall in love with each other, and then they're gonna bring the exes to the house. These guys are some guinea pigs if I've ever seen some freaking live guinea pigs. And this is insane. Like, someone just woke up and was like, we're gonna play these motherfuckers and bring their exes. Because Thomas ends up going out with Jamie. Jenny ends up going out with Corey, lucky broad. I don't know who Ashley is digging. I don't know who Ariel is digging. And I don't know who Bronx is digging. But MTV is digging up some fucking drama. What y'all need to do is y'all need to tune into Real World Explosion because there's a lot going on. Yes. And it's gonna be great drama. Yes. And our guy's gonna fight on TV. Yes. Brian versus Corey. I'm a fan of Corey already because I'm sorry, Brian, I didn't meet you. All of these castmates are cool. I just think they're great stereotypes and they're exploiting it oh so well. I'm waiting for something, some kind of like contradiction or a complex to not allow them to perpetuate the stereotype that they were so well casted in. I wasn't even making Aconnectiontv the network. What I need you to do is subscribe to my channel, share this, tweet this to all of the real world people, including the exes, because I'm going to dig deep into their season. No personal hardships. I'm just speaking the truth. Double take.